right. Almost ready there. And there we are right there. Good.
How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
I got
You always check on all of us, but I'm gonna.
Get a little. So, been downing vitamin C and everything. It's like, okay, come on. Have a meeting tonight, so. And we'd like to thank Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. We haven't blown away, so we are still here and doing our Community Spotlight program this morning. And in the studio, I have members from Rim Country Rotary. I have Val Deedler and Linda Gibson, our PUSD superintendent. And Val, I believe you're the co-president of Rim Country Rotary?
No, actually, I am the secretary.
Linda
I'm the
said
secretary.
yes.
Well, Linda is our president, and I'm the secretary.
Okay.
Val takes care of everything, so she really is the keeper of everything.
I wasn't sure if there was something,
I'm just kind of the bookkeeper.
Okay, so there we go. So Linda Gibson, El Presidente, and the keeper of the coins, Val Deedler. All right. So we're going to be talking Rim Country Rotary. For those of you that maybe do not know much about the Rotary organization and what Rotary does, not just in Rim Country, but worldwide. It's an international organization.
It is.
You'll learn more about this organization today, and also how you can get involved, because Rotary, Rim Country Rotary is a wonderful local organization that does a lot in our community, and it's all dependent on I want to say people.
Yeah.
And I want to say volunteers, basically, because you are volunteering your time. It is a volunteer organization. It's not like you guys, your president's salary. Isn't isn't making the house payment, is it? So it is a organization where everyone involved volunteers their time to help children and others in the community. So I guess Rotary, maybe if you want to tell us a little bit about Rotary itself and what it is.
I will tell you that it is an international organization, like you mentioned. So where the work gets done in our communities is our local clubs here, and that's the Rim Country Rotary. We celebrated last year our 25th anniversary.
Wow.
So we've been 25 years here in the Payson area providing services. On an international, we have a district and we have an international piece to Rotary. In the district area, there's other clubs that we do sometimes get involved with these district projects. One of the things that we do is we have the RILA, which is a Rotary Youth Leadership Academy, and the club itself tries to sponsor kids that would like to go to that camp. It's usually done in the springtime, and it's over a weekend, and they learn leadership skills, but other clubs from the district participate in that same event. So they usually will come through Payson. When they do, the club here provides their lunch on their way up to the camp. So so it's a little bit of a combination project there. And internationally, there are different projects that go on around the world, and actually we're pretty lucky because one of the international projects is occurring here in Arizona, and that's a water project that they've been working on for quite a while, because we have a lot of Native Americans and they don't have running water, so we're working to help with that internationally, and that means that other countries are contributing to us to this project as well. So it's kind of happening in our back door, so it's pretty exciting. There's other projects they work on. One that they've worked on for many, many years is polio, because they've tried to eradicate polio. And so all the clubs donate, and then we have Bill Gates company donates for everything that Rotary donates. He also donates times 2, I believe. And so we've been working really hard on that. not as many cases as there once were, but there are still few around the world because the live polio is in the water, so working on water projects throughout the world helps a lot with that as well. So that's a little bit in a nutshell about Rotary.
And so how about our local Rotary, some of the maybe projects that you've done recently or things that you've been involved in?
We do have several projects that we have coming up that are that we try to focus a lot on the kids in Payson, and that's why we love having Linda with us. She's been a member of Rotary for quite a while, back before she was superintendent, and so we always can kind of see what the schools need, and we work with them the best we can on those things. So one of the things that we have done the last 3 years is we help rotate some of the Chromebooks that are being used by the kids. And we try to do several a year for them so that they can rotate them through, like Linda was talking about earlier.
A combination grant, district level as well, to fund that for our area. So a handful of Chromebooks are purchased by Rotary, and then they go into our rotation within the school district.
And so Rotary, you were saying they provide how many?
Approximately, it's about a $5,000 grant that we received, our local chapter receives, to be able to purchase things for a school district, and so approximately about 15 that get rotated and purchased by Rotary.
15, and how many approximately or like roughly does the school district have?
Yes. So we were just doing the math for those of you who are listening, and approximately about probably more than 2,500, but about that, because we have just over 2,300 students. So every student has one, and the teachers have a Chromebook, administrators have a Chromebook. We have a rotation system, and what I mean by that is depending on school grades, some school grade levels will get newer Chromebooks than other school grades, and that's because of state testing to make sure that they have a device that's going to perform at a high level when they do their state testing. Also with that is there's no questions asked. The student has a Chromebook that's not working properly, they bring it in, and they get handed a Chromebook that is working properly. We want no children to go without. Within that setting, they pay a $25 deposit at the beginning of the school year that helps offset our costs if we do have to terminate Chromebooks, if you will, that get so overly damaged that can't be fixed. But we do fix a lot of Chromebooks as well that do come back in. But we want to make sure students always have a working Chromebook.
I could see Vicki Andrews, the head of technology IT department, putting down Chromebooks. Gotta be put down, little
we
guy,
do.
so.
I have to say the middle school stack that comes in sometimes that I've seen of Chromebooks that may not have been loved very well is quite comical, but I think I'd like to think we all can remember middle school. And would suspect that. You gotta love JRE. I was just in there yesterday, and then they've been taught that when they walk through the hallways with their Chromebook, they hug their Chromebooks, so they're always close to their chest with two hands rather than just one. In that sense, so great teaching to take care of our technology.
I could just see, with the small hands and walking down, just holding it like this.
And it flings out. It goes flying. Of course.
Wow, there goes a Chromebook.
Exactly.
Oh boy, so that's great that Rotary can help offset that cost and supplement, the cost. Because that is a lot of Chromebooks, and if you were saying a $5,000 grant gets about 15, wow.
Yeah, so we do have a lot. The other thing, Rotary, which hopefully people have recognized, the number of scholarships and the dollar amounts that come from Rim Country Rotary to high school seniors is substantial. And in saying that, I believe it was just last week, if not the week before, we had our local scholarship night for our students, meaning that they could come in and meet local organizations that were distributing scholarships and pick up those applications firsthand. And we had representatives, Rotary did as well at that evening a couple weeks ago.
Well, that is great. So scholarships, that is big. And I know our students receive, our graduating students receive so many scholarships over the years. There's been some really big numbers. And not just obviously from local organizations, but from everywhere.
We have, you know, it's just a matter of applying for students, but at the same time, we have great kids who do great things and who have big aspirations, and it's very hopeful, because I think sometimes in our society we think that, oh my gosh, you know, you hear these stories about kids and what's happening in society, and is it gonna be any better? Yeah, it's gonna be just fine. We have great kids who are doing great things.
Yep, and Rotary plays a part
Absolutely.
in just helping out with scholarships, and with the Chromebooks and in other ways. So to be able to do this, you have different fundraisers throughout the year.
Yes.
One of them, I believe, is coming up next month.
It is. We're having our second annual Wine and Bits.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, it's the 28th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It'll be at the Payson Public Library. And we are inviting anybody to certainly come and support us. We'd really appreciate it. We're also going to have some raffle gifts there. So you have an opportunity to buy raffle tickets. The tickets are going to be 10 tickets for $10 or 25 tickets for $20. And so that's always fun. A raffle is always fun. I always enjoy those. And so that'll be happening during that fundraiser.
Yes, and I have to apologize. I said next month. It is this month.
It is
Next
You
this
were
month.
good.
I know.
Next
wow.
month, next week, same thing. It's
No,
okay.
it's yeah, and I was looking at that because I'm like, wait a second, next Tuesday, that's still
Yes.
February, and it is the last day of February,
It
February
is.
28th.
Yeah.
So Wine and Bits sounds like a great time.
It should be a lot of fun. The tickets, if anybody's interested in them, are $25 in advance and $30 at the door. If you give me a call, my number is 480-392-8886, and you aren't able to pick up the ticket, if you call me in advance, I will put you on my list so that you do pay that $25 at the door. So, but I can also drive tickets around. I've been delivering them, and that's always a lot of fun too.
Hey, there we go. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Get the tickets brought to you.
Yeah.
That's great service. So again, that's the second annual Wine and Bits at the Payson Public Library from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. There's also another event that you were mentioning before we went on the air that has been done for a while now. And can you tell us about that event?
Yeah, we have we once a year for over 20 years, we have been providing a banquet for all first responders and their spouses or significant others. It is their awards banquet every year, so they do, the chief of the police department and fire department do give their awards at that banquet. And it's a really nice evening out for those folks, because they don't always get to have a nice dinner, and they get to just come and enjoy. And we have raffle prizes for them. They do not buy the raffle tickets. We give them all tickets, so there's an equal opportunity for everybody to win something if they get drawn. And we are always looking for donations for that first responders banquet. That is, I believe, March 24th. And so you can call the same number if you, for me, if you have a business and you'd like to make a donation to your first responders to support them. And that would be an absolutely wonderful thing to do for them.
And what is that number one more time, Val? Your number?
It's 480-392-8886.
All right, and I'm going to put that in a comment on our live video as well,
That would be
so people can see that number. And again, you can call Val for Wine and Bits tickets, or also if you are a business or a manager of a business and you want to donate items, gift certificates, anything to this first responder appreciation dinner.
great. Yes.
Yeah, because that is great. It's not like you guys can go out. You don't have the funds to where you can go out and buy,
Correct.
gift certificates, door prizes, all of these things. So it's really up to the community, and it's a great way for our community to show our appreciation to our first responders.
Right. We have a very, very small number in our club currently right now. So when you look at that small number, which is less than 10, that are actively participating. We have several that are still part of the club. And one reason why we've changed our meeting times, which Val can talk about too, hopefully to get more active participants. And when I say that is when you're going out to solicit for donations or contributing yourself personally with that small of number, it sometimes can limit what we can provide as items for events such as this. So when we talk about our first responders, our Payson PD and Payson Fire Department is who we honor at this particular banquet, which is held at the casino this year.
Okay.
And so any support that we can get from our community to help support our police and fire would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, there we go. So again, that would be great. And I know there's so many businesses that support not only our first responders, but organizations.
We have an amazing giving community.
Donations.
We do. People who come in, I've heard it over and over, where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm blown away by the sincerity and the welcome and the warmth of giving
Yes.
and of service within our community.
Yeah, and even if you're a business maybe that you don't have a gift certificate, or you don't have items with your business that you can donate, you can go and get something. So if you go and purchase something and then donate that, and it's donated in your name, that's a great way to show your appreciation.
Yeah, we definitely would appreciate that. I do want to give a shout out to Jackie at Backwoods Bar and Grill. They're doing our food next Tuesday,
Okay.
and it'll be finger foods, and so we're looking forward. It's always nice to see what they put together for catering events. I always go back into the restaurant and I'm like, but we had this at a catering event. How come it's not on the menu? And so I kind of tease her about that, in the sense where sometimes things are such a strong hit that they do get added to the menu.
Yeah.
But they are very creative in providing what we need for lots of organizations. So thank you to Backwoods Bar and Grill for helping support this event next Tuesday as well.
No, and I know recently I've been to a few events or just places where there's been little hors d'oeuvres or the appetizers from Backwoods Bar and Grill, and oh my goodness,
They did a great job.
Some of those some of their appetizers, all of them actually, it's trying to decide and end up usually getting a little bit of everything. But they do a great job. So yeah, big thank you to them. And so they'll be providing the bits.
Yes.
Then the bits are coming from Backwoods.
The bits are coming from Backwoods, yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Nice. And again, that is next Tuesday, February 28th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Payson Public Library. Fun night with small bites and wine tasting, raffle prizes, and great company. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And for tickets, again, you can give Val a call at 480-392-8886. And that's for tickets or information. Let's talk about the meetings. And if people, want to be involved in Rotary, they'd like to get involved. When are your meetings? What times? How do people, go about getting more information?
Well, we're kind of excited because we've made a little change after many, many years of meeting at 7 a.m. in the morning on Thursday mornings.
That's early.
That is early. And, we have several of the folks in our club that have children, so getting up and trying to get them off to school in the morning is difficult. So we've decided that we are going to meet at 9 a.m. in the morning on Thursdays, every other Thursday beginning March 2nd.
Okay.
And that's going to happen. We're going to be meeting up. There's a meeting room just off of the restaurant in the casino.
Yes.
The Cedar Ridge restaurant. There's a little room in there. So you can come right to the restaurant entrance. And you don't need to call in advance. We would be glad to have you there. If you have any questions, you can also call that number and ask about questions for the meeting time, because it is every other week. And so if you don't think about it right away, you might forget when that is, and I'd be glad to help you with that. We'll also be having that on our Facebook page, and then it'll be changed on our website as well, so that beginning March 2nd, everybody can participate, and we'd love to have the help. We're looking for people that just want to give back to the community and they have the time and the energy to do that. You don't have to participate in every single event. We'll take you one event a year if that's all you can do. So.
And so the meetings are now every other
Correct.
Thursday, you said?
Thursday morning.
At 9 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
in that meeting room right in front of the Cedar Ridge restaurant,
Correct.
Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino. Approximately how long do the meetings last?
They last an hour, so
An hour, okay.
if you've got a busy schedule, we fit right in that. You can come in. You'll have an opportunity to order off the menu if you haven't had breakfast yet, and that's always great for moms that have to drop off the kids and then eat later. So
Yeah.
think about it that way. Or business people that go in and get their business started for the day and then haven't had an opportunity to eat their breakfast, like you come in really early in the morning, Chris.
Yeah. And, no, well, I remember that 7 o'clock meeting. Just coming
Yes.
out 7 o'clock. Like this is, especially in the winter. The winter
that's right.
where it is very dark out and very cold usually, and in the summertime not so bad, but wintertime it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Yeah, 9 o'clock meeting times now.
Yeah.
We're hoping to boost our numbers of members of the club. And with that also comes just the camaraderie of getting to know each other and what they do within the community and building a network. We try to have a speaker each time, again, to learn new things that are going on within our community or even outside that maybe we didn't know. And then, of course, there's always times to share good things, right? And there's always times to also contribute to a 50-50 raffle that you don't always win, doesn't always close down each time, which is always a little fun and exciting. But just good camaraderie with good people and to get to network and know others within the community.
Yeah, and it is good. The speakers, having people from the community coming in, sharing, just talking about things that they're involved with or things that are happening.
Right. We had
really good.
Bobby Davis just in the other day from Star Valley Mirror, and he's been in lots of hats, we know, with Bobby, right?
Yeah.
And I think there are several people who walked out going, I didn't know there was a park in Star Valley. I didn't know, little things that you don't quite know about that you get to intimately know when having somebody come into a meeting to share a little bit about what they do. Very informal. So if anybody out there, if you're ever asked to come in to be a speaker, it's about what you do and who you are. Again, just to build relationships within our community.
Yeah. Well, and that park is really nice. They have a zip line.
Yes.
A little zip line.
They do for the kids.
Yes.
Yeah, and also I know I played music at a wedding that was down there. So nice little area
Cute little
that can
park.
be reserved for like family get-togethers, reunions, a wedding, anniversary celebration, things like that.
Right.
So yeah, it is a really nice little park. They did a really good
They did a
job with
great
that.
job with it.
Yeah. So it's nice,
Yes.
and and it's open to everyone.
Yes.
You can drive down there.
Just past the plant fair
Yeah.
nursery.
I find myself
inside.
missing that
Yes.
entrance sometimes because it's just it's like right after Plant Fair Nursery and it's a little driveway and there's a hill right there, so it's
You don't really
kinda
see
easy
it.
to miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you're coming down from Payson, you have to be paying attention
Right.
and turn in there. But yeah, it's a really nice little park. So again, if people are interested in coming, they can just show up. No?
They can just show up.
Okay.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Show up to the meeting, and you said the next meeting is going to be
It'll be March 2nd at
okay.
9 o'clock.
All right.
That's a Thursday.
Correct.
Thursday, 9 o'clock. There you go. I bet some are excited about a little bit later.
Yes, we're hoping that some of our members who are unable to participate at 7 in the morning can start to come back to be active members within the club, and because it's just nice again to reconnect with them, and as well as hopefully to bring in others who might be interested, and hopefully that time works a little bit better for them, as well as the amount of meetings.
Okay. Well, there you go. So if you're interested in joining Rim Country Rotary, want to be involved in the different events that they put on or activities, and just help out this great local organization, show up next meeting and they can
We'll take care of you.
take care of getting you signed up. So, well, thank you so much for coming in, both of you.
Thank you, Chris.
And
Chris.
you're so welcome. And probably see you. I have to
Sooner rather
get a
than
ticket.
later.
Well, yeah, and I have it on there, so I have to get my tickets. But at the Wine and Bits event,
Awesome.
next Tuesday, 5 to 7, you can still get your tickets for that event. And again, you just need to call Val at 480-392-8886. All right.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for listening and watching this morning. Stay safe out there.
Yes.
I don't
away.
think there'll be much driving north today. It looks like up on the rim they got hit pretty good with some snow, and it looks like some flurries coming down now. So if you don't have to go anywhere, just enjoy the warm heat inside your home.
Exactly.
And hope you have a great day, guys. So time to get back to music. Some Pat Benatar, Gary Newman, 311 and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
Weather forecast for Payson and surrounding areas.
Yay, there we go.
Thank you, sir.
You are very welcome. So that was good. Got out.
That was good.
I think everything.
Yeah, thank you for reiterating it.
Oh, yeah.